I ain't playing with you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You are walking trophy. Girl, you are walking trophy.
Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be testing out the Fenty Beauty blush and bronzer, which looks like this. The blush is a lot smaller than the bronzer, but that's okay. We're going to be testing them out on the skin, so if you want to see how I got this look using those two products, definitely keep on watching. I might look a little weird. That's because I only have a little bit of foundation, concealer, my eyes done, and my eyebrows on, and a little bit of mascara. And that is because I'm going to be using the Cream Fenty bronzer and blush. This is what they look like. This is the blush. This is the bronzer. I really wish they would have made this little blush a lot bigger because when you use it, it gets really dirty. Let's get into it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my bronzer. I'm going to try using this Alamar Cosmetics bronzer brush, which looks like this. It's a little dirty because I did dip into the product. So you do get a mirror, and this is what the color looks like. This is in the shade 03 Macchiato. It has a good amount of pigment. It's easy to use. It blends in really well. I've used this a couple times before, maybe two to be honest, but nothing more than that. So that's what that looks like. It's easy to blend in, super smooth, and it's not too pigmented, but it's pigmented enough. So like if you're a beginner and you're kind of afraid to use creams, these are definitely a good start. The Huda Beauty Tantour, you can also use that if you are a beginner and you want to get into like creams. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up my complexion because I did go camping recently, so I got a little bit of sun, and that was amazing. I really wish I would have vlogged because it was a lot of fun. So maybe next time that we go, I'll vlog for you guys. Let me know down below in the comment section if you're interested in something like that, a little bit of a camping vlog. But nonetheless, how have you guys been? The world is intense right now, but I hope you guys are all staying safe and enjoying life as much as you can. So this is what the bronzer looks like blended in. It's pigmented, but it's also, you know, kind of easy to blend out. So if you put too much, you can definitely blend it out and not be scared of, oh my god, that looks crazy. So now let's go into the blush. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Strawberry Drip blush, which this is 05. This is what it looks like, tiny, but this is the shade. Absolutely scary when you look at it, but it's honestly beautiful when you put it on the skin. So I'm just gonna take this Alamar Cosmetics complexion brush. Looks like a blush brush to me. That's what I'm gonna use it for. So you see how dirty it gets? I wish they would have made this a lot bigger, but it is what it is. It is a little bit cheaper than the cream bronzer. The bronzer I believe is like $30 some, and this is $20. This is still very expensive, but cheaper than the bronzer. So I'm just gonna put a little bit, and if you feel like you went ham on the other side, don't be afraid because you can definitely build it down. So I like to dab and then I like to blend it upwards. And I forgot to mention, I hadn't set my face with any powder products before using these creams. I haven't tried using the creams on top of a powder, so I'm not sure how well that works, but this is what the cream bronzer and blush look like together. They blend so amazingly together, and it's just enough pigment to show you that you do have a little bit of blush and bronzer on. So I really like that. Like I said, I feel like these would be super friendly for beginners. So if you are just starting out with makeup and you're kind of afraid, definitely check these out. And if you are more on the oily side, these might be a little tricky to work with, but if you have a good mattifying primer, I use the Dr. Brandt Pore Refining Primer. This helps keep my oils in control all day, every day. I've been using it a lot. And then I have the Make It Last Milani setting spray that also helps contribute to the longevity of my makeup because my face is more combination to oily. And I did notice that I got a couple of new subscribers while I was out on my camping trip, so thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, guys. You have no idea how much it really means to me. I really love doing my YouTube videos for you guys. I enjoyed it. It's like a hobby of mine, but watching my subscriber count go up is mind-blowing because, you know, when you first start you don't really envision that. But thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Now that I have the blush and the bronzer on, I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but don't mind that. I'm gonna set my face because, like I said, I am a little bit of an oily skin type, so I'm gonna set my face with a translucent powder. This has no color whatsoever, so this will just help with the longevity of my makeup. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, translucent powder, and you can get this at Walmart for like $3. This is amazing. I'm gonna take my Tati Beauty Blendiful and I'm just gonna grab a little bit of that powder and bake under my eyes. Not bake, but set my under eye. If you do hear any noise in the background, that is my baby monitor. I am filming during nap time because if you're a mom, you understand your day flies by and time sometimes isn't on your side, but gotta make it work. So for the rest of my face, I'm gonna take a fan brush, and I do this because I've noticed this just lightly sets my face. So that's the cream bronzer and the blush after I set it with a little bit of translucent powder. I feel like the cream bronzer and the cream blush are perfect for everyday use. These are not like your go-to products for like when you're going clubbing or whatnot. No. These are absolutely amazing for like everyday use. For the summer, you want to look a little bronze, a little blushy, but you don't want to look like you have too much makeup on. These are absolutely amazing for just that. Because I do want a little bit more blush and bronzer, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Private Island, which looks like this. This is their powder bronzer. Alright, so to ensure that that's going to last all day, I am going to use my Milani Make It Last setting spray and just spray this everywhere. And since these are more on the glowy side in the product spectrum, I am not going to put highlight because naturally throughout the day my skin is going to produce oil, and since these are kind of creamy, these will look a little shiny on your skin, so I'm not going to use any highlight. I'm going to avoid that for today. So this is the finished look with a little bit of the Fenty cream blush and bronzer, and I put a little bit of the powder bronzer on top of the cream bronzer. All in all, I love Fenty Beauty products. They're absolutely amazing. I highly recommend them. They all work so well together and with other products, so definitely check out the Fenty Beauty line if you haven't already. You won't be disappointed. Fenty did not come to play. When she releases products, she knows they're going to be amazing. So I highly recommend the Fenty Beauty cream blush and bronzer. If you definitely want to check them out, check out Sephora. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for future videos. I have a couple coming up, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.